Welcome to the call. It is going to be an amazing call. I just want to say, first of all, my name is Chuck. Been on the team for a year now at World Team, and I'm just excited for this call. I want to thank everybody for getting on. You didn't have to, but y'all are showing the no excuse attitude, and you're willing to do whatever you got to do to get this information. Make sure you got your notes ready to go. Put your ink on the paper. Let's get this thing going. If you're not visible, please make yourself visible one more time. Save all your questions until the end because this speaker is amazing and she's going to answer everything thoroughly for you. Make sure everybody is muted. Make sure you are focused and present. All right, because I know the speaker well and she will call you out. Maybe not on the call, but after the call, and you don't want to deal with that after the call. But let me go ahead and introduce the speaker. My coach, Sibet Beast Morris. She's a new Get Team member, and she is ready to drop all these nuggets on you. She's going to be talking about goal setting and the things she got from STS with GARRAIN Jones. She got a few more names, female ET, Miss No Excuses. But I'm excited to hear what she has to say. So everybody, please give it up for Coach Sibet.
Thank you. Okay, you guys got to work with me because I have no voice, but I have so much to give tonight. So if my voice starts to leave me, I promise I'm going to do everything I can to get it all out, and if I can't, then we'll figure it out. But yesterday, I'll get more into goal setting, like within everything I'm talking about. Yesterday, I went to our SoCal STS, and it was our guest speaker was 15K or what? Whoa, 30K, right, Jen? 30K executive president's team member, GARRAIN Jones, and he's a really good friend of mine. I'm so privileged and so blessed to have such an amazing friend like that. But it was everything he talked about yesterday definitely resonated with me, and it made me think of a lot of you guys, and especially having personal conversations with you all, just knowing that things you're going through or things you allow to take control of you. So I actually personally after STS, I was driving home and I called one of our team members. And I just went in because I was like, look, because I understood she was going through some things, and I had to get to the root of the problem. I'm like, everything GARRAIN was talked about, I had to pour it into her, and so that caused me to lose my voice. And then later on, I got sick again. So I'm gonna try to do my best. Just work with me. If you guys can't understand me or whatever, start typing in the chat. But there's gonna be 3 sections to this call. And I just ask you guys, if you guys can be completely present to this call, I would greatly appreciate it. If you're watching this on your iPad or on your computer, put your phone on airplane mode. Just be completely present to this call today. All right. So the first quick thing first thing I want to go over is GARRAIN went over the 10 simple ways to building momentum. Okay. So you can write these 10 things down. The first one is a strong why. The second one is consistent health results. And I'll repeat them in a second. The third one is quality service. Number 4 is passion. Number 5 is 100/0. Go over there. I'll go over that in a moment. Number 6 is family. In quotations, put authentic relationships. Number 7 is contribution. Number 8 is recognition. Number 9 is strong belief. And number 10 is doing what you love. Okay? So these are 10 simple ways of building momentum. I know all of us on this team, like, DOIT24CREW, aka, is momentum. Okay? Like, we as a team, as a family, we build momentum, and we're always moving up. We're always supporting each other. But we're definitely in a summer right now, right? Like not technically, but like really, like we're in a summer right now. So business is about to be popping if it's not already, People are wanting to get in shape for summertime, and you know, like they're hitting everybody up. Herbalife is like a really big thing right now. It always has been, but it's like we're in the best shape of our company that we've ever been, ever. If you're not on mute, please put yourself on mute. But so these are just 10 steps that he went over, and I'm going to briefly go over what each one means. So a strong why, he was explaining that a strong why should never have a but, right? So it's not like, oh, well, my why is my kids, but like, no. If your why is strong enough, you're not going to have a but, okay? Like, and it's okay if you have kids. It's okay if your why isn't your kids. It's perfectly okay. Like, your why does not have to be your kids, but your why needs to be strong enough that you're willing to do anything and everything that you can in order to reach your goals. Clear? Perfect. Number 2 is your own your consistent health results. So your own personal change means everything. You have to think about it as, if I don't get a health result, then I'm faking it, right? We should always be progressing. We should always be progressing ourselves. We should always be looking for a new health result each week. We should always be posting our progress pictures. And I'm taking 100% responsibility for this too. Like, we should always be getting better at ourselves, because our team is not only our team and our clients aren't going to do what you say. They're going to do what they see. Okay. So, that's number 2. Number 3, I'm going through these quickly real quick. Okay, well, in that, a little bit more. Okay, so in that, when it comes to like your posts and what you represent, I talk about this all the time personally, but when it comes to your posts and what you represent, if you wouldn't allow it in a nutrition club, it shouldn't be posted online. Period. Now, you know, a lot of us are going through a personal development change. A lot of us are always going through personal development change. I'm not the same person I was 2 years ago, period, right? But if you want your clients and your audience, I would say, to see you as somebody who is positive and somebody who is consistent and somebody who wants to change the world, then you don't need to be posting stuff that isn't in alignment with that. I'm not saying that you can't post your personal life. I'm not saying that, because Herbalife is our life, right? I'm not saying that every single post needs to be about Herbalife. That's definitely not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if you guys know I'm going to just cuss real quick. You guys know, like, the bitches be like posts, right? I'm going to just be vulnerable. So those type of memes, you know what I mean? Like, why do you need to post that? It's okay. I'll laugh at stuff like that sometimes, but I'm not going to repost it. What's the point of it? How is that representing me? Right? So just that's just a keen example, but it's just little things like that. Chuck, stop laughing at me. Okay. So just be very conscious of how you represent yourself. There are people who are watching you every single day, whether or not they like your posts, whether or not they say anything to you. Like, there's people who are wanting to ask you, I want you to coach me. I want you to help me better myself. But if you're all over the place with what you're posting, like, your social media is your storefront. I know when I first started the business, like, Patrick was on me, like, because I was still in my unpersonally developed ways, right? So I was still posting all these things that was sending a mixed message. And so I didn't understand until later that even looking at things I used to post, thanks to Time Hop, right? I'm like, damn, like, I really changed as a person, right? And it's like, what you post represents you. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Number 3, quality service. So you guys know, when you go get your car washed, there's a difference between going to go get your car washed at a Shell station, just going through the car wash, versus you getting a detailed car wash, right? When you drive away from a detailed car wash versus just a drive-through one, and not getting it all spick and span and all this, it looks a little bit different on the street. It feels a little bit different inside, right? So that when it comes to quality service, you need to think about detailing your relationships with people. Don't just have a client to have a client. Get to know that person. You should know that person's siblings' names, their kids' names, who their favorite cousin is, you know, what they like to do, like outside of working out and getting healthy, because obviously they came to you for that, but they also came to you for a quality relationship. You never know if your next client is going to be your next president's team member. So start treating people a little bit better, and just like treat thy neighbor like thyself. However you want to be treated, treat that person like that, period. Treat every single person you come into contact with like that. Number 4 is authentic passion. How you do anything is how you do everything. So where energy goes, energy flows, right? If you have passion and conviction with what you're talking about, it doesn't matter what you're talking about. You don't have to know every single ingredient in Formula One, right? But if you're super excited about what it has done for you, if you speak with conviction and passion, everybody's going to want to do what you're doing, period. In this life, with Herbalife, we are exposed to a life that we're not used to. That's why we were so attracted to it. I was never really, when I went to Extravaganza, it was my very first event. Get your ass to Extravaganza, okay? I'm sorry, but I'm going in on y'all today. Like, get to Extravaganza. I don't know who just, oh, Jennifer, shut up. Steven said that sounded like T-Boss. Anyway. All right, so I was talked into going to Extravaganza a week and a half before. Jen and Pat talked me into going. I had just met them. Some of you guys already heard this story. I had joined a business 2 months before. I had just hit qualified producer. And I was just like, no, I don't know. My work schedule's already done. I don't have the money. My car isn't going to make it to SAC. Like, I was full of excuses. Lose the damn excuses. Figure it out. Get you a rebuilt strength canister, okay? And start putting money aside. Duct tape it around. Cut a little slit in there. And start putting money in there every single day. If you need $1,000 to get to Extravaganza is in 52 days. All right? Like, it's like in 60 days. So if you need to figure out how you're getting there, we can help you figure it out. But you need to go, because I'm telling you, Extravaganza changed my entire life. If it wasn't for me going to that event, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. My team would not be Global Expansion Team. A lot of these people on this call wouldn't be here. So get to Extravaganza. And when I went to Extravaganza, I was able to have a foundation to my vision. I always had vision. I always had dreams and goals that I always wanted to do. But it really gave me a foundation to my vision. I never knew that this company was possible. I never knew that, being a part of something like this, I was able to go on free vacations and be a part of this amazing family and be around fit and fine and amazing and motivational and inspirational people all damn day. I didn't know that. Who knows that's possible? Like, what? Is this real life right now? Okay, lose my voice. I'm trying to keep going. So if you show people what they're not used to seeing, they'll want it immediately. So that kind of goes back into your social media posts. Like, we live a ridiculously fab lifestyle. Whether or not you still have 2 jobs, whether or not you got 6 kids, whether or not you have other things going on, the fact that you're able to even spend 30 minutes around people like this every single day, like, people want that. People are in jobs that they hate, with bosses who they hate, around people who they hate every single day, right? So start sharing your vision with people. Like, start showing people what you're a part of. Don't invite to come to a workout. Invite to come to a place to get you away from whatever you're used to, in order for you to feel happiness for 30 minutes at the club, whatever. Okay. He said, do not be a professor. Kind of touching on what I just said. You don't need to know everything. You need to have passion for your health results, passion for your clients' health results, for Herbalife, for the brand, for integrity, for everything. You need to have passion. So it needs to be authentic. Number 5 is 100-0. This is my favorite analogy. 100% responsibility and 0% excuses. You guys need to start taking 100% responsibility of all of your actions. I'm not just talking about in Herbalife. I'm not just talking about in your business. I'm talking about in daily life. If you get to work 10 minutes late, oh, well, there was traffic and, okay, you could have left 30 minutes earlier. All right? That comes to events. How are you showing up, period, in life? Not just to Herbalife events, but to your work, to your school, to your class, to your daughter's dance recital. I don't know. How are you showing up? Start taking 100% responsibility, because the worst thing that can happen is that you'll learn a lesson from it. You'll learn a lesson in order for you to teach it to somebody, right? So start taking 100% responsibility and stop blaming other people for whatever happened. I don't care what it is. It can be any type of situation. Number 6 is family. Now, he said flowers that grow together grow faster. Have you ever seen a flower that grows by itself? Most of the time, that's a weed, right? All right. So, if you're going to argue, this is good. If you're going to argue up the marketing plan. Don't argue out of it. Okay? Patrick and I got into it a couple times. Y'all know how I am. I'm going to tell you like it is. And I have no problem doing that. Right? But we keep moving up. I'm not going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. Right? I've had arguments with my downline, but it's because we love each other. Right? So whatever you do, and I told you guys this the other day, whatever you do, do not quit. I promise you, you don't want to be a bot. You don't want to be a bot. All right. Okay, and then what he said was, the argument is so small, whatever you're arguing about. Argument is so small compared to what we're doing with the rest of the world. We're trying to change the world, you guys. We are changing the world. One client at a time, one relationship at a time, one shake at a time, right? So argue up that marketing plan. Don't argue out of it. Number 7 is belief. Whatever your belief is, you're going to duplicate it. Belief isn't always positive, right? So if you continue to believe, oh, well, I'll never make it to qualified producer. I'll never make it to active world team. I'll never make it to global expansion team. I'll never make it to senior consultant. And you're bringing people into business, how are they going to think? How's your business going to grow if you continue to believe, to have that type of belief? And that's just an example. So declare. The power of declaration is so key, so important. When I left Extravaganza and I got home, I declared and wrote down on a piece of paper, I'm going to move to Los Angeles by December of 2013, and I will have a new car by October. I had a new car by October 14th, and I moved by October 27th. So declare, make a declaration. Number 8 is contribution. That's pretty simple. Continue to contribute to whatever you're a part of. I don't care if you guys just have one fit club in a park in your local community. I don't care. Yeah, Chuck, I see you. I don't care if you guys have a nutrition club, Sacramento, if you're in LA, if you're in wherever you're at, right? Continue to contribute, not just products. Contribute your time. If you go to your local event, which you should every single month, I don't know why you wouldn't. If you're going to a local STS, get there 2 hours early. Contribute to the event. Maybe you weren't on that production call. That shouldn't stop you from contributing. Ask somebody, how can I help you? Period. Number 9 is recognition. We all have a small child inside of us, right? So that small child always wants to be recognized. Oh my God, you did so good riding that bike. You did so well running across the street. I don't know. But we all have like a small child inside of us that loves to be recognized. I don't care how old you are. You can be 17 or you can be 62. You love being recognized. Recognition is so important. So start recognizing your clients a little bit more. Start recognizing your team members a little bit more. I don't care if they didn't hit senior consultant. Recognize them for hitting 200 volume points that month because they did a great job impacting somebody's life. So do a little bit better with recognition. And number 10 is do what makes you happy. You should have somebody walk up to you every single day or look at you across the street in that grocery store and say, that must be a Herbalife member because they're hella happy. Right? Now, a lot of the times, our days aren't so great. But if you focus on gratitude, you focus on what you're grateful for, then you're going to have a smile on your face because everything is no problem, right? Right? On these nuts. Okay, cool. All right. No, like I said earlier, you can't afford. So a lot of people can say, like, I can't afford to go to extravaganza. Can't afford it. No, you can't afford not to go. Okay? So, like I said again, I will say it 5 times in this call, go to extravaganza and get to it. Exactly how you treat yourself is how you're going to treat the world. I don't think you heard me. Exactly how you treat yourself is exactly how you're going to treat the world. So despite challenges, despite things that come up that may seem like an opportunity, let me check my battery. Okay, cool. Do what you love, regardless of it. Whatever your passions are, of course, helping other people, but despite challenge, do what you love no matter what, because you can't put a price tag on joy. All right? So one of the main things was Brian Holyfield. He was an MC, and he kept saying belief and hope. So this is what this whole STS was about, belief and hope. All right. One quick thing. Somebody said in the panel, oh, this is Devon. Devon said there's this thing that he does that he has called C factors. So when you walk up to someone and you're talking to anybody, S-E-E, a C factor. S is smile. E is eye contact. Excuse me. The second E is enthusiasm. So just like with speaking with conviction and passion, if you have these C factors, you know, you're definitely going to inspire somebody. So I just took that down real quick because I love that. All right. So Garrain was telling this story about how, okay, so where am I at with time? All right. Look, y'all, I'm about to go in on you. So if I go over time or whatever the case is, if you have to go, I don't know, make arrangements for you not to go because everything I'm going to say, you're going to need to hear it. Okay. All right. Awesome. So Garrain went to South Africa. And if you guys follow him, you saw that he went on a 3-day safari, right? I'm not going to get into like the complete details of everything, but I'm going to tell you what was important. So Garrain, he has wanted to go on this safari for like ever since he was 5 years old, right? And there's Ranger Ross, that's the guy in charge, and he's on this safari with 2 of these doctors who have done this like 3 times already, right? So this is his first time in a safari. So there's no like nets over the little truck, right? So like they're in the wilderness, just out there, just somebody can just grab you, right? And so what he was saying was he told Garrain he told the group, don't stand up in the vehicle. And Garrain was like, but why? Like, so Garrain, he had explained, like, he had went back to, like, his 5-year-old self, right? Because he just wanted to see everything. He wanted to do things his way, okay? So he said, don't stand up in the vehicle because you'll change the shape of the group. Animals don't see color. They see shapes. So they're used to seeing this ominous object every day going through, like, this truck, right? So they see shapes. So they're used to seeing it. So if you stand up, you're going to change the shape of the group. And you're going to attract, you know, like basically you're opening it up for yourself to be preyed on, because these animals are like, what the hell is that, right? So he was, like you said, he was 5-year-old Garrain, and he just wanted to do his own thing. So he was explaining how they pulled up like next to these lions, but you know, so he's expecting to see like, you know, King of the Jungle, like rah, like all this stuff. This is Garrain talking on me. Okay, so he was just like, I wanted to see like, you know, like him like in his zone and whatever. He said he pulled up the lion for sleep. The King of the Jungle was just like, you know, taking a nap. The girlfriend was like licking her teeth, like they had just ate, like they was just chilling. And he was like, he was so ungrateful. He was like, I wanted to see the lions. Like he was pouting, like really, like it was funny. If you guys know Garrain, you'll know like he was doing the most. So he was like, I wanted to see the lions. Da-da-da-da. Mind you, so he has a selfie stick. And so through this like journey, he's telling us like he keeps doing stuff like putting the selfie stick outside the truck and trying to take selfies and stuff like that, because he wants to do his own thing. I don't care what you're talking about. I'm on a safari. I'm a 30K executive president's team member. Like, you can't talk to me like this, right? This is like him in a say. He didn't really say that. But so anyway, he was upset. So then the next morning, Ranger Ross, and so what he was saying, he was like, Ranger Ross, I like put him in check. He was like, hey, calm down. He was like, calm down. And Garrain in his head, like I said, like I just said, he was like, no, he's not talking to me like that. Like, I'm a 30K executive president's team member. Who is he talking to? Right? But he like put him in check real quick, like, calm down, sit down, don't change, do not change the shape of the group. Put your arms in the vehicle, put the selfie stick away, and don't change the shape of the group. So he's upset. He goes to sleep or whatever. 4:30 in the morning, there's a knock on the door. It's Ranger Ross. Ranger Ross is like, get up, we're about to go to the safari. He's like, what? It's 4:30 in the morning. Why? He was like, because the lions just ate. He was like, but why can't we just go like in 2 hours? Because the lions will be hungry again. He was like, oh, okay, cool. So he put on his clothes and so they went on safari. So mind you, they're not in the truck now. They're walking. So they're walking in the wild. Okay. They're walking in the wild. They have to be in a single file line. Remember what I said earlier. Do not change the shape of the group, right? So he's like, we're about 2 miles away from the campsite. Okay. I'm walking. It's dark outside. And Ranger Ross has a gun with 7 bullets, and there are 10,000 animals out here. Okay. So I'm walking in this single file line. And he was explaining everything matters, right? And so what happened was there was a rhino about 3 football fields that way, okay? And Garrain is like, excuse me. Garrain is like, he's like, there's a rhino like three football fields that way. And so he gets on his phone. He's doing a video. He was like, for y'all, trying to get footage for y'all, right? So I'm over here, and I'm like, hey, y'all, yeah, like, we in the wild, and there's a rhino, da-da-da-da. And he said, Ranger Ross goes, Garrain, where are you, and where are we? So, so he said, he looked up, and he's here, and the group is over here. Okay, because he was on his phone trying to take footage. So he's like, well, I mean, I'm just taking video. The rhino's all the way over there. You know, like, he can't even see me. Da-da-da-da. He said, yeah, he can't see you, but if a gust of wind blows, it's going to blow your scent right into his nostrils. And he said, as soon as he said that, a gust of wind went by. And the rhino looked at him. And he started walking towards him. Okay. So he's like, boom, boom, boom. So he hears the rhino coming towards him, right? Then he looks on the other side of him, and there's a mama elephant. And Garrain seems to be sitting by the baby elephants. So now he has 2 very large animals walking towards him in the middle of a safari in South Africa, and Ranger Ross has a gun with 7 bullets. Okay, so he said, Garrain, come join the group. He said, you guys, I could not move. I was sitting there stuck. I had these two large animals in the middle of the wild coming towards me, and Ranger Ross telling me to get in line with the rest of the group, and I couldn't move. Okay. So eventually, like all the exaggeration, eventually he ended up slowly walking towards the group. And as soon as he got in line with the group, both the elephant and the rhino went the other way. So the point of that was to say, to stay in line with the group. Do not change the shape of the group because you'll become vulnerable. Right? It's important to respect the people who came before you in this business. We're not sitting here trying to tell you what to do because we want to be the bosses of you, but we're trying to protect you. And what he was saying was, after that incident, he had so much more respect for Ranger Ross, because the whole time he felt like Ranger Ross was trying to tell him what to do all the time. It's like, oh, well, Ranger Ross has been doing this for 12 years. This is my first safari. So maybe he's just trying to protect me. And from that situation, he realized that. So don't let your pride and your ego bring you or your team down. You may want to do your own thing. You may see another group outside of our group doing something different, but if you just stay in line with the group, you will continue to get to your destination. If you continue to listen to your upline and listen to your mentors, because obviously they are where you want to be, whether or not you're a senior consultant, they're a qualified producer. If you knew how to get there, you'd be there already. Am I not right? Okay. So what he was saying was, he said, so when it came to everything matters. And he said there was some elephant feces or whatever, and it had like little like eggshells, or not eggshells, but little like eggs in it or something like that. It was something, or little fruits. There was little fruits in there. And so Ranger Ross had like kicked it over, and he was like, everything matters, right? So you may look at this like a pile of shit, right? But what's in that? So the termites come up and they take those little fruits and they bring them down to their little home or whatnot, and then they come back up with fresh soil. Why do you think there's green grass in the middle of the wild? Right? So everything matters is the point. Everything has to do with something. Every single thing matters. It doesn't matter if you think it's stupid. Doesn't matter if you think that it doesn't matter to you. It matters to somebody else. All right. So he had related that to himself, because he said people always looked at him as wild and crazy, when the wild isn't really the wild. Like it's nature. Like it's just there, and it works with everything. Okay. And so he said, don't be so quick to call someone weird or crazy because you haven't taken the time to learn their flow. There may be somebody on the team or just somebody you meet who you're like, I don't know if I can vibe with that person, but it's because you haven't taken the time to get to know them. Right? All right. And then he said he saw a cheetah, and the cheetah was just standing still. And he was like, why is the cheetah just sitting there? And he was like, because he's practicing his patience. The person with the most patience and the most poise will get exactly what they want in life. Write that down. The person with the most patience and the most poise will get exactly what they want in their life. So I want you to kind of reflect on this after this call. What haven't you been being patient with in your life? What are you sitting there like, oh my God, I'm not moving fast enough in this business? We just went through a hell of a lot of trainings in the last month that were fire, right? That sat there and was like, had you thinking, damn, I need to be here. I've been in this business for 2 years, for 2 months. This person hit active world team in 2 months. Why am I not there? Why you're not being patient? That person may have just been ignorance on fire. They don't know what they're doing. They don't even know what active world team means. They just got there. Right? Okay. All right. So everything matters. Every volume point, every pound, every result, every minute of personal development, every note in your book that you haven't gone back to look at. Let's be real, you haven't. You got super fired up off an event. Oh my God, all these notes. I'm about to put all this stuff into action. Oh, hell yeah. You didn't go back to look at the notes. You didn't apply nothing. You over here talking about stuff, you ain't doing nothing. Okay? What did Jesse Rodriguez say? Millionaire team, one of my good friends. An ounce of behavior is worth a pound of words. I've repeated that to myself every single day since that day. I told Redondo in post meeting yesterday that exact quote. They was like, ooh, I was like, I can't take credit for it. But an ounce of behavior is worth a pound of words. So stop talking about it and start being about it, okay? After this call, I'm not done yet, so don't leave the meeting yet. But after this call, I challenge you to go back to your notes. Actually, every single day, every single night before you go to sleep. I challenge you to go in your notes and find something in that notebook that you're going to apply the next day. Okay? All right, so the last section. So Garrain talked about focus. There's an acronym for focus. So write out FOCUS. When we're focused, we can get that seed through the concrete in order for that flower to grow. Right? Have you guys ever seen a flower grow out of concrete or like a brick wall? You're like, how the hell did that happen? Right? So when you're focused, focus means follow one course until successful. I had a conversation with Tara Malia yesterday. A lot of you guys know she is 7.5 mil team. And so grateful to have all these relationships. You guys have no idea, like, when you actually, like, I don't know, just ask questions, put yourself out there, stop being so scary. Like, I promise you, all these people would love to be your friend. Okay, I've had a relationship with Tara Malia for a little while now, but she was saying, you know, and we decided to be accountability partners on a certain level of our lives, and we were talking about how a lot of the times when you're focused on something and you're in the direction to go this way, there are things that come at you. It may not be challenges, but it seems like there are things that seem like they're opportunities. Like this is a great opportunity. I don't know where it came from, but at the end of the day, a couple months later, a couple weeks later, you realize that when you're on this path, that opportunity took you over here, right? And so she was just saying to me, she was like, you know, like, well, I'm not sure if I can share this. I'm not, but she was just saying, you know, she has gotten some opportunities, some challenges that seem like opportunities that detour her away from where she's trying to go. And I felt the same way. So we're holding each other accountable with that. Anyway. All right. So, whatever thoughts we give the most power and the most focus, like the most energy to, is what is reflected in our life and our business, right? So I had a conversation with a member yesterday. She had said that she had started to get depressed, right? And I had to ask her, why do you feel like that? I mean, because obviously depression is no joke, but why do you feel that everything is just everything, like, have you guys ever experienced, well, I'm sure we all have, when something happens, it's like a domino effect. It's like, then something else happened, then this happened, oh my God, and this happened. But we don't understand, we don't realize that we're putting that energy out there for more things to happen to us, instead of focusing on what we want and focusing on the positives, and in order for us to continue getting better. If something negative happens to you, I hope that with all the personal development you do every morning. I hope you're doing personal development every morning. Anyway, with everything you have going on, that you are still able to figure out what good is going to come out of the situation. It may be a parent has cancer. It may be that. But something good you can think of, well, God has the last say so. So until anything happens, I'm going to enjoy my time with my parents. That's an example. I can say that because my dad has cancer. Okay. So I had to ask her, so like, what's going on? Oh, well, this happened. And basically somebody said that my whole family doesn't support me. So somebody just came in your house one day and was like, "Oh, well, the whole family doesn't think you're successful. You're going to be successful." Okay, well, how do you feel? What was going on before then? And so they said, "Well, I felt like everything was happening so fast for me." Okay, well, where was your mindset? My mindset was that I can do anything I want. My mindset was that I can achieve this big goal that I have. I can get there. So you allowed somebody else to detour you away from your goal and your dream because somebody else doesn't believe in you. When before, all you needed was yourself, right? Okay, so I'm going to ask you guys this. Were you born alone? Unless you were a twin, were you born alone? I need some head nods so I can see all y'all. Essentially, are you going to die alone? I'm not saying like with cats or like with your husband or whatever, but I'm saying like when you go 6 feet under, when you go to heaven, because we're all going to heaven, but when you go, I mean, unless it's something I don't know about, but unless you go to heaven, you're going to go alone, right? So I told her the last time I checked, and this is real, last time I checked, you couldn't pay your bills with somebody else's opinion of you. The last time I checked, you couldn't get financial freedom for your family in order to have the lifestyle that you want, in order to have the lifestyle you want for your family and your son and your daughter and your this and your that with somebody's opinion of you. Okay? So I'm talking to everybody who allows, or I'm talking to everyone who's going through this, and I'm also talking to everyone who is allowing even members or clients of theirs to go through this as well. Let them know that. Because we're so consumed with what other people think about us that you allow that to hinder you from getting to where you want to be. Right? So he was talking about addresses. He was talking about having a mental GPS. So all the time, what's up, Pat? So everybody has used GPS before, I'm guessing, right? Obviously. Okay, cool. So we always put a specific address in, right? And that specific address, it routes you to exactly where you want to go. Now, sometimes when it comes to our mental GPS, let's say we want to have global impact. My goal by mental GPS is that I want to globally impact the world. But then you have all these possible addresses that are coming up, right? Relationships, gossip, doubting, personal development, positivity, negativity, what's wrong with me, trying to remember a lie, goals, questioning questioning your greatness. And you keep getting rerouted. So Garrain was, love this guy. Okay, so he was literally going through the crowd. And he was like, this is what happens. You're trying to go straight, right? And you're like, oh my God, look at the baby. Oh, bing, new address. Oh my God, your pants are so cute. Where'd you get those? Bing, new address. Oh my God, girl, did you hear that Rihanna and Chris Brown are back together? Bing, new address. What else? Oh my God, I wanted to go to, you guys get the point, right? So you have all these addresses going on. He had showed this picture. It says your mind on thoughts. And it's like the Where's Waldo picture. You guys know. I don't know, some of y'all may be too young. But the Where's Waldo picture, right? Not everybody knows, Chuck. Not everybody knows. Okay, so it's like this picture of like a bunch of people everywhere. And it's like your mind on thoughts. It's like so many things going on. And you're trying to find this one thing. Trying to find Waldo. And he was just saying, you keep getting rerouted. So if you keep getting rerouted, you're not focused on that one thing, you're not going to go anywhere. And then you're going to be like, well, there's just... Sorry. Okay, cool, I'm back. Like there's just something I'm missing. Like, no, there's nothing you're missing. You're just being rerouted. You're just over here putting so many things in your brain that you don't need to put in. If you're so focused on being positive and global impact, why are you watching Love and Hip Hop? I'm sorry, I'm being real. I didn't watch TV for a whole year and a half. Except for Scandal. I will say I watched Scandal. But that was the only thing I watched. Okay? And that was only if it was like on DVR at 3 o'clock in the morning. Because I was working. Like, we sit here and we're like, oh, well, I know I can do this. Well, I want to do this and I want to do that. And, I want to impact so many people and I want to make it to Millionaire Team in order for me to not have to work in my job anymore and all this stuff. But you're letting all these things in your brain. You're letting all these things, you're entering all these different addresses in your mental GPS instead of filtering it out to things that are going to help you get there. You need to figure out how to get around the roadblocks and get around traffic. I mean, you're going to have traffic in your mental GPS. You're going to have traffic. But you don't want to have roadblocks is what I'm trying to say. Okay? So figure out what's holding you back. Figure out what you're constantly tuning yourself into that's not getting you to where you want to go. Love and Hip Hop is not helping you get anywhere. Period. It's entertainment. Cool. Whatever. Okay? But it's not helping you get anywhere. Negativity. Filter that out. Filter it out. I had to personally start distancing myself away from people before I moved to LA. Personally, my best friend, one of my best friends, I've always been the positive one in our relationship. We're complete polar opposites of each other. And I didn't tell her, like, look, I got to stop hanging out with you. You're not helping me get to any... I didn't do that. We've been friends for 10 years. But I just stopped. Let's say if she was talking gossip about something, about somebody, I'd be like, ooh, I got to go, girl. I'll call you back. Right? So just start to figure out what's hindering you and what's helping you. Because honestly, for me, if you're not helping me grow, I don't want nothing to do with you. That could be my siblings. That can be like just friends or if whatever. And I'm not saying cut them off completely because, of course, whenever we get so into this lifestyle and so just pumped up about it, people start to look at us like, all you talk about is Herbalife. Well, I love Herbalife. Herbalife loves me. Ding, No, but I'm serious. But just start to filter out things that aren't really helping you grow. And you love people from a distance, okay? Like, love them all the way. I love you. I love my siblings. Some of them are anti-Herbalife, and that's perfectly okay. I still love them. I still hang out with them. It's all good. But I'm not, it's just, you just got to figure it out. And if you need help figuring it out, let me know. I'll help you. Okay. All right. So, continue to stick to your morals no matter how someone treats you. Because the agreement with your morals isn't with that person, it's with you. I had to tell her, I said, I don't care if your mom is hella negative. I don't care if she is like, oh, you'll never get anywhere, whatever. Mom, I love you. I just love you so much. Kill them with kindness. Right? I don't care. And this is something I've definitely gotten better at because I've definitely reverted back to my old ways and sometimes talking to people, or talking to people who have been in my life forever because you can get triggered. But if you continue to focus on what you love about that person versus why they're making you mad, you're going to continue to have that relationship. And even though they may despise you because you're so happy and so positive and this and that, you're still going to keep that relationship. So it's like being a hot air balloon and letting go of the sandbags in order for you to float. Or, float, go up in the air. Chuck, I hate you. But, just so start to let go of the gossip. Start to let go of the doubting. Start to let go of the limiting beliefs and the what's wrong with me. Why isn't this working for me? And the questioning your greatness, because I promise you, every single one of you guys are great. Every single one of you guys has the ability and the authentic passion and the enthusiasm and the will to get to wherever you want to go in life. And not just Herbalife, I'm talking about in general. Whatever your passions are outside of Herbalife, awesome. Herbalife is a vehicle to get you there. A lot of the things y'all want to do, you can't do it sitting at a corporate job 9 to 5. You can't do it asking your boss, oh, well, can I get this off? No. There's nothing you can do about it. Right? So use Herbalife as the vehicle to get you to your goals and your dreams. You don't have to make big sacrifices, but you need to learn how to utilize your calendar. You need to learn how to utilize your calendar efficiently and your days and your hours in your day. All right? So it will be hard. People will ridicule you. But if you stay focused on what you want and stay focused on that straight path, you will get there. All right? No matter how slow. Slow is fast. I'd rather get somewhere slow than fast because I will learn lessons along the way. Agreed? Yes? Awesome. So if we all take this on at the same time together as a group, we will be successful together as a group. Are you guys up for being successful as a group? Put your hands up. Let me slide back. You keep them up. Keep them up. Awesome. Okay. So that's all I have. I would go in a little bit more, but I'm trying to look at the time. Y'all know I can talk forever. My voice kind of came back a little bit. I think God just really wanted me to tell y'all about this, about your life. Okay. But I'm gonna go ahead and pass it back to Chuck. And I'm totally open for questions and answers and all that great stuff. Okay. Love y'all.
I don't know about y'all, but I got plenty of notes. Yeah, one thing she touched on, go back in your old notes and figure out, try to apply those, every day, something new every day. Quality relationships, that's something I could improve on. Every time I hear that she actually declared all the stuff that happened, it's amazing to me. So declarations are going to be important, especially for those that have that vision. Stay in line with the group. It's easy to get off track, but if you got the destination in your mental GPS, you'll be good to go. Just let out the distractions. But do we have any questions? If so, just unmute because there's so many people on here. Anybody?
That's a bet. Did Garrain touch on his experiment of the Ironman at all? Like his training or what he had to go through?
No, not in this training, no.
Oh, okay.
You want to touch on it?
No, what'd you say?
I said, do you want to explain that real quick?
Oh, well, I don't know much details about his experiments.
No, he didn't.
What'd you say?
I said, no, he didn't.
No, I was wondering if he talked about it at all.
I said, no, he did not.
Oh, okay.
Hey, what was the C factor again?
Shoot, hold on. Forgot the S. Smile. Go ahead. Oh, smile. There you go. Smile, eye contact, and enthusiasm. Thank you, family. You better say that. Smile, eye contact, and enthusiasm. C factor.
If you don't have a destination in your mental GPS, get with your upline ASAP. Like as soon as we get off this call, because if you wait on it, you might have just pushed it back 6 months. So don't be trying to go to sleep tonight. You might be tired, but you got stuff to do. Get it done now. Do not wait on it.
Nobody has anything else? Any questions? Any comments? Are y'all fired up or no? Like, what's up?
I have a question.
What's up, girl?
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
What does the C factor symbolize?
So Devon was just talking about like when you go talk to people. So it's, you know, if you smile at somebody and you make eye contact and you're enthusiastic about talking to them, they're going to be attracted to you. And obviously, you know, like we need to be attracted to people, not physically. We all are attracted to people physically. We're all getting amazing health results, but just inside, right? So just being able to connect with that person. A lot of people are very shy or afraid and like damn near on their deathbed to go do an invite. But if you smile at somebody and you make eye contact with them and you're enthusiastic, just a hi, how are you doing? They're going to be like, what is she on? Right? So he was referring to that with contact. I mean, as far as contacts go, or invites.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Patience and poise. That one just keeps jumping out of me.
Mm-hmm.
I have a quick comment. I just love and appreciate you, Sibet. Like, I see your growth every single time you talk. And before, for those of you guys that haven't experienced Sibet too much, when she used to get information, it was like opening an encyclopedia and trying to read the whole thing. And she at least has a list of like 1 to 10. She had her points. So I love and appreciate you. I can definitely see you on an STS stage. And I know everyone else on this call feels the same exact way. So congrats on everything. We love you.
Thank you. Love you guys too.
Yeah.
Well, I know there are no questions, and Chuck, I'll let you close it out in a second. But what I will ask everybody to do is as soon as we get off this call, to go on the chat and write one thing that you're excited about doing, or write one thing that you took, like the biggest thing you took away from the call tonight. Because if we can't, like what Super had said after STS was like, you don't have to thank Garrain for everything that he said personally, but you can thank him by putting these things into action. So I just want every single person on this call right now to write one thing in the chat before you go to sleep. I know it's late for some of you guys, but that would be greatly appreciated because I know I just gave everything I could just from me being fired up from hearing Garrain give us everything he had. So yeah, not this chat. I'm talking about the group chat. Okay, the DOIT24 chat. Go ahead, Chuck.
All right. We appreciate everybody for getting on the call, taking time out your busy life to learn and grow. But take these challenges serious. And y'all know I like to issue out challenges too. So I actually challenge you, everybody on the call, to go declare something on the status. It could be anything you want to accomplish this year, but I want you to go declare it. It could be health results. It could be business. It could be anything. And let me see my phone. I want to see who all on this call. I'm going to go to y'all page and stalk y'all real quick. But for those that accept the challenge, go declare something that you want to accomplish this year. Whether it's the level on the marketing plan, whether it's results, something. So we know it's real. But go ahead and close this thing out. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Let's show everybody what DOIT24CREW is all about and accept the challenge.
Love you guys.
So I gotta have